The White House is responding to emails released this morning by House Democrats that appear to show convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein believed President Trump knew more about his conduct than the president has acknowledged. 3 emails were made public, handed over by the Epstein estate, that seem to indicate that President Trump knew that Epstein had young girls around him well before Epstein was convicted for child sex offenses. In one from 2019, Epstein tells the author Michael Wolff, "Of course Trump knew about the girls," as he asked Ghislaine to stop. It's not exactly what he wanted Ghislaine Maxwell to stop doing. President Trump has consistently denied any wrongdoing in relation to Epstein and has not been charged. And the White House is saying the release of the email exchanges creates a fake narrative to smear the president. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt spoke more about the emails during today's press briefing.
These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong. And it was CBS's own reporting, Ouija, that recently wrote that Ms. Guffrey maintained, and God rest her soul, that she maintained that there was nothing inappropriate she ever witnessed, that President Trump was always extremely professional and friendly to her. And so I think it's a question worth asking the Democrat Party, and you should all go ask them after this briefing, of why they chose to redact that name of a victim who has already publicly made statements about her relationship with Jeffrey Epstein and is unfortunately no longer with us.
CBS News Justice correspondent Scott McFarland has more on this. Scott, what more do we know about these emails and the timing of the release?
Yeah, this is part of a larger set of records, 23,000 pages or so, obtained by the House Oversight Committee, but not from the Department of Justice, not from the Trump administration. These come from the estate of the late Jeffrey Epstein under a congressional subpoena. So what you have here are excerpts released by the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee of a larger set of records obtained by the entire committee. What stood out in the releases from the House Oversight Committee are the references to Trump in these Jeffrey Epstein emails. One from 2011, one from 2019 are underscored by the Democrats here, in which Epstein says that Trump in 2011 spent hours at my house. That was what he communicated in a 2011 email. In 2019, to an author, Epstein wrote, "Of course he knew about the girls," as he asked Ghislaine to stop. Republicans on that panel have responded to this release, saying that these excerpts were cherry-picked by Democrats and part of a broader document set. You heard the White House making a similar criticism, that they say this was a leaked set of records to friendly media by Democrats on this panel.
And the White House released a statement saying this, and we just heard from Caroline Leavitt there that the redacted victim in these emails is Virginia Giuffre, who played a major role in bringing the Epstein scandal to light and who died by suicide last spring. How do they know that, and how meaningful is it that Giuffre could be the victim, or is the victim, being referenced in these emails?
I think it's important to note the language there, Lindsay. I'm glad you picked up on it. They weren't saying that the emails were false. They weren't saying that they were fabricated. In their criticism, they're saying that they were selectively redacted to avoid the name of a known Epstein victim. Virginia Giuffre was an advocate before she tragically passed earlier this year. I think if you go deeper into these records, and trying to read 23,000 pages of anything is a heavy lift. Even your favorite author or a novel, it's hard to get through 23,000 pages. This is a particularly dense set of records that are in some cases difficult to navigate or to decode. But what we have here from the House Oversight Committee Democrats is just a fraction of what's out there, with Giuffre's name or otherwise.
Scott McFarland, thank you.